源の好機か。何やら無性に懐かしい。
はい。
どうじゃ、何か変わったことはあるか。
匂いと、それから源の宮、その言葉が頭から離れませぬ。
源の宮、タケル様が書き残されていた通り、そこから宣教に通じているのだろうな。その源の宮への生き方だが、
かぐわしく腰入れ奉る。香りの石が置かれた祭壇にそう書かれていました。
うん。そなたは源の好機をまとっている。岩戸の奥の腰に入れば源の宮への道が開けるだろう。不死立ちは間近。頼むぞ、狼よ。
御意。
Welcome to the True Monk boss fight. And in this particular fight, before we even begin, I would like everyone to know that I have a great distaste for the corrupt monk ever since the first encounter, so that has not changed, and I hope that's a good enough introduction to the Sekiro boss battle and strategy guide. So, firstly, the true monk, or should I say the true corrupt monk, has 3 phases, unlike the apparition. In this particular case, you have to know that the first phase or the first life bar is very similar to the apparition of the corrupt monk. So you can watch that video if you want to know how I dealt with that particular boss fight, as I'm doing right now. Did it very classy. I have great distaste for this boss, but the cheating begins right now. In the second phase, the monk is able to split into 3 apparitions, each of which is, believe it or not, homing, meaning that they appear exactly where you are and they deal a great crap ton of damage, so you have to be careful. In the second phase, those 3 apparitions appear a maximum of 3 times, but there's a possibility that it may only happen once, it may only happen twice, or it can happen all 3 times. For some people, they've actually reported that the apparition phase has happened 4 times. So maybe you could say it's based on your damage output. If you prolong the second life bar, maybe you are able to keep on getting more apparitions. But besides that, the moveset remains the same. So like I said, if you want a more in-depth look on the corrupt monk's moveset, you can look at the boss battle against the apparition, because that's a much longer video. At this point, I'm coming in with a lot of muscle memory on how to deal with this boss. And besides that, you have to make sure your Mikiri counter is on point. You have to make sure that your deflections are immaculate, to say the least. And besides that, bring your sugars, bring your gourds, and save your oil for the last part. The reason why I say this is burning the corrupt monk does a lot of damage in this final phase. Just the burn damage alone can consist of 10%, 15% of the life bar. It's ridiculously good damage, and I feel like you have to take the risk. This is where you lose most of your life. That's why you see me buffing the blue sugar. If people don't know what the blue sugar does, it reduces the damage that you take, so it's a very good sugar if you're going to look to make a big damage trade against a boss. But still, it doesn't mean that you have to play badly or make bad decisions like I'm doing right now. I was actually, you could say I was focusing so much on trying to go trade with the flame vent that I ended up just getting hit and dying. So you have to be careful. You really have to be careful. But as you can see, 2 flame vents on an oiled up corrupt monk has done a substantial amount of life. And if your emblems finish before the monk dies, you can just end it with few timed hits, and that's pretty much it. But I was quite happy with this run. Managing to defeat the corrupt monk in roughly about a couple minutes, maybe 5 minutes or so, is a good amount of time. You can use this fight as a gauge as to how much damage you're gonna be dealing the rest of the game. If you feel like your damage output is too poor, that means that your attack level is low, so you need to make a plan on that. And if you feel like you're able to beat the monk in 4 or 5 minutes or less, then you are good enough level, I believe. But like I said, don't become reckless. I believe I became too reckless in this third life bar, considering how efficiently we managed to take down the first 2 life bars. But that's generally the boss. As soon as your emblems are done, see what you can have. I was contemplating divine confetti, I was contemplating red sugar, and that was pretty much the game plan, to try to deal as much damage as possible. But like I said, carelessness in the last life bar. This fight, when you are first learning it, well, at least personally for me, you tend to die a lot, and you start chasing a lot of the damage when you're nearing the end, and that's what the corrupt monk wants to do. Catch you by surprise with big attacks that deal a lot of damage. And generally, that's pretty much it. You can contemplate using the deep red sugar. That one gives a great damage buff at the expense of half your life. So if you feel like you are not as reckless as I am, and you can, tank less hits, then that sugar might actually be the great choice for you. But besides that, that's generally my strategy for the corrupt monk. And like I said, my explanation on the moveset is on the monk fight against the apparition. So please check that out, and I'll see you next time.